They really changed the fucking status line there the instant I paused. So I don't actually fucking know what was just playing. Let me see if I can get you guys. We like internet radio stations around here. Somewhat reliable way of actually listening to fucking music. You can click on YouTube playlists now and it'll like... It'll be AI, and if you're not listening on, like, headphones, sometimes it'll get you. It's like, huh, wait a second. I wish the Audio Addict radio stations provided a fucking history. Like, are you seriously not gonna give me a list of what's been playing recently? Maybe Die. I don't know, man. You know what I should do? Do I still have that Now Playing plugin installed here? Hold on. We're gonna fix this issue right now. Create new text source. Actually, let me duplicate one of the ones that exists. Let's see. Copy. Paste duplicate. Drag it inside the color mask. Pull it up here. Okay, we're gonna rename this. I have so many fucking sources that are named like text GDI plus 422. Name that NP. Scripts. Actually, wait a minute. I can make this thing output to a file, right? Yeah, I fucking already did. So if I go to read from file, C, projects, stream scripts, now we're gonna look up Unicode music note. Thank you, Wikipedia. If nobody's got me, I know Wikipedia's got me. I gotta zoom in on this shit bigly, though. This fucking table is horribly formatted. I swear to God, I remember there being a Unicode, like, barred 8th note, but I guess I'm smoking the big crack. I'll get to it. Don't worry about it. Fucking space, please. Ah, you bastard, it's not in the fucking font. Okay. Well, we'll deal with that. Oh, wow. OBS actually totally changed the way this interface works. The transform editor looks real nice now, actually. That's pretty cool. This is semi-bold, semi-condensed. Yeah, we're not gonna get shit in this font. And that's okay, I'm comfortable with that. I'm definitely not mad. So now if I switch to a different radio station, alright, you guys ready to get fucking ear blasted? Cool. Smooth Lounge. Today's weather. I file that under good enough for now, if I'm being 100 emoji with you. Did you guys know that they have web-based recreations of the fucking Weather Channel that, like, run in your browser? You just, like, plug in your address and shit. I'm not gonna bring one up here because, knowing people on the internet, I'm gonna get fucking geolocation doxed based on rainfall patterns. But, like, they're pretty nice, man. And now if I put on actual music in my collection, let's see. Yeah, we're winning. Can you post a link? Just search weather scan, one word, and you'll find it real quick. Do you guys like the slowest stream start of all time, by the way? So, it's been a minute. I went to Vegas, and I beat my own ass in Vegas. A Velcro wall may have been involved. But my leg is, like, holding weight well enough now that I'm not going to be super tilted on stream dealing with, like, pain management. Mostly I'm going to be tilted because it's too fucking hot. High house car. We'll figure it out, I guess. I had to let the Ring Racer's credits fully play out without missing anything. Dude, I've been working on 2.5 stuff recently, and it's been a pretty good time. What have I done recently for 2.5 that I can talk about without being a big shitter? I already posted in a hitbox dimension that I added an override mode to the menu messages that, like, doesn't let you bypass them until a couple seconds have passed for, like, messages like data deletion where it's really important that people read. It's looking like I'm gonna be able to get clan tags in. That's something that I've been wanting to re-implement ever since I did it in host mod. It's not gonna be a super deep integration, but I have hooked it up to team play so that people are gonna have an easier time selecting their team on servers that are configured to support that. Let's get into... Yeah, I need to drive that on the wheel. Hold on. Let's get into the Almond Eye Yaris. What's the character limit on clan tags? 6. That might get reviewed, but I feel like people are more creative if you keep it tight. Did you balance your tires? Is this like headlight fluid? I don't know anything about cars. What if it was 3? 3 is not quite enough, but I wanted to go with a little bit more than arcade initials so people can express, like, at least some types of thoughts. Is that the real Cecil's Demand? I feel like the bumper cam was kind of an afterthought, seeing that camera transition. Do I not have anything bound to Anna by default? Because I definitely need to be able to, like, navigate to events and shit. How about on wheel? Oh god, custom wheel profiles. Are we sure? Okay. That's mapped to the fucking radio station. And up is mapped to photo mode.
To ask? Well, big favor, really. I've promised the festival marketing team a photo of every car at the festival for our website. I'm unfortunately a tad busy and...
Why does it feel like her voice was slowed down?
If you don't
Sloan.
mind, we've tagged the cars you need
Words.
to snap. So keep an eye out and get those shots. Oh, perfect. Great photo. I'll make sure the Horizon
Okay,
marketing
switch one
team
up,
get
switch
that
one
on the
right.
promo website. Keep snapping away.
Yeah, wow, this fucking wheel support is a little miserable. But, hey, at least it displays D-pad glyphs.
Okay, Master Chief, what do you want to do?
Okay. So, yeah, recommended event,
Okay,
sure.
Master Chief,
Take me there.
I've set your route to the cross-country race event. Turn sharp left.
I fucking forgot I named myself Master Chief. This game is dangling so many fucking keys in front of me that I forget everything. It makes me feel like a marginally dumber person. What the fuck? The 9 button! Help me! Help! Help! That's not the 9 button. That's not the... Okay, it is. Alright, we're getting in the RAM. Direct input is so fucking good. Do I get to flex a little bit about the way that I fixed up the Ring Racer's controller handler? I know it still has some issues, but, like, I feel like I did a pretty good job. Especially considering SDL doesn't provide a You have lost several races in a row. Would you like to lower your difficulty to above average? You know what? Sure. You're driving, man. I mean, I'm driving, but you're driving. .4, my big focus was doing all that shit where it displays the proper bindings and stuff. Oh god, that's heavy. Okay. Yeah, I might need to do a little bit of difficulty calibration on a wheel, come to think of it. Yeah, we are sliding slightly. Uh-oh. Oh god, please steer. How much did fixing that mob scale buff heavyweights? I think everybody ended up affecting it. It's kind of a linear game improvement. It's good. Maybe we just try again. What's your steering range, by the way? It's on 270, I believe. Either on 270 or 200. I am not a 900-degree wheel user. I don't know if the car is ass. I definitely think that, like, I'm not gonna be able to give it a good showcase until I've got this thing fucking broken in. It's been a while since I've busted it out for something besides an arcade game. Speaking of, by the way, if anybody can figure out how to fucking emulate Daytona 2, I think, like, the supermodel fork that I see people recommending now is fucking vibe-coded, and I can't figure out how to map the controls. That's not good. And it's like, okay, well, surely there must be some kind of native port, right? Well, there's a decompilation of Daytona 1 that needs the Xbox ROM, and I don't really... The setup instructions for it looked pretty bad, so I haven't tried it yet. But Daytona 2, you know the way to get that working on PC? It's to buy a Yakuza game. It's to buy Like a Dragon Gaiden. Because Sega hates you so much, it is actually kind of funny. Oh, come on, please cooperate. So you got VF5 on PC for a bit, very cool. Yeah, it's super based, man. I love that they do that. I love that they do that instead of releasing games in a way that people who, like, actually want to play them want them. We love relegating arcade history especially if the game is very difficult to access, to a fucking bonus inside of your meme brawler. I'm so biased against Yakuza because that shit happens. I bet the games are fine. But every time I interact with Yakuza, it's either hearing about another fucking game that they put in as a bonus that I want outside of the fucking Yakuza game, or it's why can't I run as a screenshot on r/Mahjong. Because not a single fucking Yakuza player going for platinum knows what a Yaku is. This is not good. Okay, I at least got the checkpoint. Something good happened to me. I tried to just power through that instead of braking, and I think it was a terrible mistake. How's the wheel noise, by the way? Can you guys, like, hear it a lot? Is it distracting? I have streamed very, very little this year, and I'm super sorry for that, by the way. But, like, I'm still kind of putting the audio interface through its paces. Probably could have accelerated a bit earlier. I feel like learning how to operate video game cars has been weirdly resistant to, like, just get a feel for it, Lamau. I feel like I'd need several hundred more hours in, like, real driving games to get comfortable with this stuff. It's fine, brother man. Shit's the first time anybody's ever called me brother man. But I appreciate the sentiment. And also, brother man is kind of an alright term of endearment. I noticed that something I fucking have a weird feeling on when I'm using the wheel is that I always kind of feel like I'm gonna rip it off of my desk. Because my desk is IKEA particle board. Please. Please let me through. Okay, this is fine. I'm literally backwards. Uh-oh. Oh, man. Cross-country event in the rain. On a wheel for the first time in months. They're gonna take me down to average difficulty again. And you fucking know that those difficulty labels are lies. You know that average difficulty is like the bottom 8% of the player base, because that's the only fucking way that players won't baby rage over getting assigned difficulty levels. How loud did the house get when KH4 jump-scared everyone during the Direct? No one here watches video game news. No one gives a shit. All video game news coverage is miserable horse shit. When the game comes out, I will know about it because someone will tell me. Sideways. Oh yeah, how many of you guys have seen the video where that comes from? Hold on a second. Am I gonna be able to display capture a video? Let's see. It's always tricky to fucking find this, because I feel like every time I search it, I get Minecraft speedrunner videos. Alright, here we go. If I hit display capture on the deck... Oh my god, I have to reach so far for this now. So there's this fucking fan fighting game project for Yume Nikki. And their April Fool's alpha demo footage looked like this, which made me really happy, and the MediaFire link to this build is gone. If you know anyone who might have it, please contact them, because I need these sounds lossless. I need them so bad.
Sideways, kick, sideways, punch, sideways, kick, sideways, kick, sideways, kick, punch, sideways, kick, Sideways. Sideways.
The conceit of the sideways voice line fucking knocked me dead in a public library. I couldn't control it. I started giggling like a hyena and nearly got kicked out.
Sideways. 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 Sideways.
We like this. This is a high-effort shitpost. I'll link that video. Alright, so it's gonna fucking drop my difficulty until I start winning again, and it's gonna be very interesting. Oh god, I'm still in a fucking truck. For what it's worth, the idea that the Forza Horizon games control particularly badly on wheel compared to pad has been suggested to me before. That these are like very relaxed games that are meant primarily for like Merry Christmas Xbox. And that they're like... Because video game driving is fucking fake. Like, there's so many input device specific hacks in basically every driving game in order to make it feel intuitively correct. Basically, the only game that doesn't do that is like Assetto Corsa. And surprise, surprise, I'm driving on the wrong side of the road. Assetto Corsa has an extremely popular plugin that changes its gamepad support to do that. So...
You've arrived at your destination.
What was it? Was it start? Was it select? It's select. Yeah, video games as a whole, as like a class of fucking shit, are fake. Semi-slick tires. I feel like I need grip. Picking car based on what tires it has installed instead of considering the idea that I could potentially buy tires for a car. That rubber's so important, man. If it's like Gran Turismo, it might be the single most important thing you can put on a vehicle outside of a turbocharger. The entire Saturn port of Sega Rally is just D-pad control wizardry. So I got a NAS recently, and I've been downloading every single video game from the private fiber uplink of the warehouse. And that's involved, like, trying to assemble what's called 1G, 1R ROM sets for a lot of things, where you take the redump or the no intro set, the sets that are, like, known verified good jumps, known checksums with associated metadata, and you use tools and lists to prune those down so that you only have one version of any given game, and you prefer like things that are in your language and things that have more total content, etc., etc. There's like processes for pulling these together, and it's become a fucking thing. I'm like literally as we speak, I'm downloading PS2 CHD files because CHD saves space a lot better than ISO. And all of this just to say that I'm jazzed to have the entire Sega Saturn ROM set just sitting on in my fucking house. And that Sega Rally is one of the first things that I want to touch there, even though I have the arcade version emulated. Because the arcade version's also kind of a pain in the ass. I'd probably drive marginally better if I wasn't in bumper cam, but I feel weird using a third-person camera and a wheel. Oh, this needs braking. Except I fucking lied. Braking is so impossible, man. I don't know when or how. I see the AI cars in front of me flash red for like a quarter of a second and get the angle they need effortlessly. And it's like, man, I must be doing so many component things wrong. Yep, straight into you. Hey, man. Okay. That's photo mode. That's not what that's supposed to be. I was gonna hit the radio. Normally, I feel much more in touch with, like, the physical capabilities of the car and, like, the way the tires are making contact when I play on wheel. But I definitely feel really heavy right now on Forza. I feel like I'm getting no angle deviation. Racing cars with this kind of music feels like an unexplored genre. Oh god, that's literally not the right pedal. That is a hilarious thing to have happen to me. I'm one-footing it for the first time. Usually I use, like, left foot on the brake. But, left foot not doing so hot right now. Godspeed to all the Nanahira enjoyers in chat. You are stronger than the US fucking Marines, apparently. But, like, I mean, there's clearly so many of you too, right? Like, it's only a matter of time before someone solves the fucking, someone manages to put fucking car tuner bullshit and, like, rhythm game music together and creates crack cocaine for a very specific type of person. It feels like it could happen at any moment. I'm also, like, in the middle of the tuning class for this event, so it's entirely possible that I'm literally just, like, slow. Maybe it's the FOV. Maybe the bumper cam FOV is different, and that's why it feels like I'm not going anywhere. Quickly, draw a deformation decal. I'm on automatic, too, right now. I'm giving myself every fucking advantage, and I'm still coping like crazy. Come on, stay straight. My parents, when I came out. Horizon has this thing going for it where it's literally the only open world racing game I've ever played where I feel like I know where I'm going even 60% of the time. Their signage is so clear. Do you know they never stopped making Toho ranges? Like, there's just new ones from the year 2026. Dude, I am still bumping an album that I discovered by clicking a random checkbox on the Toho lossless music torrent. I'm still bumping that shit in 2026. XL Project are my fucking goats forever. What if you decided to click one checkbox out of 800 while downloading part of a torrent on a library computer, and it fucked up your music taste forever? Wouldn't that be fucking crazy? Thank you. I'm trying hard. I have a smoothie. Great news, everyone. I wonder when some crazy fucker will try making a car MOBA. There's a lot of structural challenges you need to think about. Because the closest thing we have to the car MOBA is Kirby Air Ride, right? Like, that's it. You farm and you get into fights with other players motivated by map objectives. The car battle royale. Did you guys fucking see the Dodonpachi battle royale? They're releasing more Dodonpachi Reignite footage. That port's dog shit, by the way. That port's dog shit, and it's probably still going to be okay, if that makes any sense. It's like, it's D3D9, forced 720p. If you hit up on the analog stick, you bomb, and there's no option in the fucking control mappings to fix that. But, like, we got Tank Bridge 99, so it's fine, right? It's like almost it's clearly hacked up from the previous port. There's like menus that are identical in there. But hey, they got some cool music on the main menu, so it's based, right? Who cares? Wes says, I heard the words car MOBA. Okay, so do you agree with me, Wes? The closest thing we have to car MOBA is Kirby Air Ride. Nobody else has gotten closer, and Kirby Air Ride proved that the idea has legs, as long as you're flexible on the definition of car. Honestly, I feel like so many things become interesting so quickly when you add a fucking team component.
Set your route to the Dirt Race event.
As long as it has Black Label, I'm chillin'. I fucking hope it does. If it doesn't, there's like no reason for it to exist, right? I am a little bit peeved that they did DFK again instead of like giving us Saidaijo or like fucking anything. Like, how many people would go crazy for Mushihime Sama Butari on Steam? That's my fucking exit. Spin around. Oh! Okay. I swear it just flies off, man. Is Saidaijo still not ported to anything? Saidaijo is ported to Switch. With, I think, less input lag than the Xbox 360 version, but still kind of dog shit. I considered buying a car for this event, but I shouldn't need it on this difficulty grade. I shouldn't need something that's actually tuned. Oh yeah, the fucking Mochi Mochi Pork Pink Sweets pack. I don't know if I like either of those games, but like, good for people who do. They look like fun in like the abstract. I'm giving them a spin on Shmup Mame, and they haven't clicked yet. Which reminds me, my ass needs to play more Batrider. Batrider is the shit, man. Not the Dota hero, the other thing. Okay, so this one's a sprint. Gotcha. Aim training recently has reminded me that if you really do want to get good at like a motor task quickly, even if the objective is eventually to be able to fucking do things without thinking about them too hard, you do need to at least make sure that your attention is fully on the task and perceiving the sensory input you get from the task. Like, you have to be trying to do as well as possible. At least some of the time, in order to improve. Not all of the time. That's how you get stuck in horrible local maxima where you become convinced that Elo Hell is real and the only way for you to get out of Seeker 3 is for you to solo carry your teammates. But, like, at least some of the time. Hey man, what's up? Yeah, I don't mind being in this wall, it's fine. Man, like, feeling the grip threaten to just completely evaporate every time I touch the wheel. It's scary, man. I don't know what's going on. I had to turn my force feedback down to 80% at a driver level because the centering force was like overshooting the center, and then it would kick back in the opposite direction and overshoot from the other way, and so the wheel was just ping-ponging back and forth. Psychological anxiety, expressed as frustration in this case, literally unlocks adult neuroplasticity. Aim training is just running from tigers. Man, the human nervous system is so fucking stupid. Why don't we understand anything that's not a saber-toothed tiger? Oh no, sections of evolutionary psychology are actually real. Sections of it. If you're ever stuck on what character to pick in a shmup, just look up a super play and pick that. Fucking so often, it's the answer for, like, experiencing the game in a reasonable amount of time. Like, if you have any sort of aesthetic inclination towards a particular character, you should probably pick that and make it work until you get frustrated. And then, like, maybe continue working through the frustration. But, like, if you genuinely need help choosing, like, pick a top tier, man. Fighting games, shoot 'em ups, everything. Like, pick something strong and you increase your agency and you have a good time. I don't know if I want to do dirt racing on a fucking course called Waterfall Trail, but I think I'm going to have to figure out this mud stuff eventually. Like, if somebody asks, hey man, who should I play in Smash 64? My first answer is whoever looks cool. But if they don't have an answer past that, I'm sure as fuck not telling them to play Luigi. Because the gameplay tools and techniques that Luigi provides you with are almost strictly worse than picking Captain Falcon. If you want to do up air, up B to people, do it on a character with, like, really good tools to support and supplement that game plan. Oh, God. Oh yeah, that's the other fucking thing about Batrider, is that it has like 17 hidden options, a lot of which are only even like active if you're playing on the Japanese version. And also it has that insane shit where it boots to max rank. And then shut up! Fuck, I don't want to hear any dialogue in this game ever again. What was I talking about? Yeah, the thing where it boots to max rank, unless you, like, go to the test menu, I swear I'm trying to steer around them, and then start a credit from there. Yeah, those fucking lists of, like, oh, what's the easiest 1cc? What are the hardest 1cc's? Fucking play games that you're motivated to play, because whether or not you think the game is cool and enjoyable to grind in is way more important than its, like, overall difficulty. Like, obviously there are limits, but, like, generally the strongest correlating factor to whether or not you succeed is how hard you're fucking motivated to try and how often you practice. I gotta boot up Mountain of Faith more often on that note. I spent the time getting fucking open input lag patch and everything set up. And when I was done doing that, I was just so fucking tired of looking at Toho that I didn't play afterwards. Yeah, look at how much it doesn't turn, man. This is... It's so stable, but that comes at such a price. In the wake of Ring Racers, I've been thinking a lot about, like, what causes players to react badly to things. And number one is violating their expectations in any way. If they expect something and what you provide is different from what they expect, like, high percentage of players will, like, get mad and call this a quality fault regardless of what the deviation from their expectations is or what it does from the game. So, like, you get to manage their emotions for them like an underpaid nanny. But number two is, like, repetition that doesn't serve a clear design purpose. And I phrase that a very particular way because I think players can be made to tolerate repetition. You just need to acknowledge that it's, like, on purpose and doing something. And of course, some people are going to fall off the bandwagon no matter what because, like, it's an ego thing. I am good at this type of game, therefore if I fail at this type of game, it's because this particular example of my favorite genre is deficient. This is a post about bonfire runbacks, by the way. Play Mina the Hollower. I've been working on an article recently, and it's going to require me to do actual scholarly research, I think. Because the literature seems very confused on whether or not extrinsic rewards affect intrinsic motivation. There are meta-analyses that say that it kills intrinsic motivation, and then there are meta-analyses that say it's uncorrelated, and then there are meta-analyses of the meta-analyses that get into fucking tiffs about the methodology, and it's like, fuck, man. I'm gonna have to find these papers and then I'm going to have to read them? That sounds hard. It's your fault because otherwise it's my fault and I don't like that. That's one of my favorite fucking posts ever.
Okay, Master Chief, what's next?
I like how they're just chaining me from event to event now, like they recognize that I just want to drive somewhere that contains a structured race.
Okay, Master Chief, I have set your route to the Dirt Race event.
Many people finding out Yacht Club's new game is not actually Zelda. I swear everybody working on marketing material and community outreach for Mina the Hollower got a little index card that says, "We have your family if you acknowledge the existence of Dark Souls, say goodbye." It is astonishing to me how little those similarities were part of, like, the marketing material. And I can only assume it's just because they didn't want to scare anybody off, you know? Yeah, let's get in the fucking Lancia. I don't think I've actually driven this thing in an event yet. I was looking at the Evo. It's like, it's kitted for off-road. It could be nice. Yeah, it's like all you have is, like, your ability to measure somebody's intrinsic motivation, and that's either, like, as they choose to self-express it or as you choose to gauge it as a proxy for something else. So it's hard to know. Lovely sky, by the way. Fucking... Part of the appeal of the Horizon games has always been and will always continue to be, look at the graphics on this shit. Another thing I've been thinking about for ring racers recently, and I got here because I realized that Forza doesn't have it, and I feel kind of weird about that, is like good training tool, like practice mode style options. Because I feel like for the audience that we try to court and be open to, one that is like extremely vulnerable to getting fucking sniped by interesting challenges, providing good practice tools lowers the like time per iteration in a way that's going to prevent people from dropping off in a lot of cases due to just like feeling like too much of their practice is wading through things that aren't relevant to like what's going on. You have to be careful with that though. If you give people too much granular access to like certain areas of the game or flows of improvement, I feel like it creates bad incentives because people have bad ideas about how improvement actually functions. Like, hey dipshit, you do actually need a balance of high and low tension. Everybody in the FGC who says the only way to learn is getting your fucking ass beaten 100 times in a row by the Wazzler is like a fortunate survivor. There is some fucking selection bias at work here. Oh, okay, so I can take that without drifting, without braking if I'm just willing to accept the consequences. It's like, what if I do fucking die, man? What then? Yeah, this entry kind of sucks, though, and I spent a lot of time sliding for no gain anyway. Like, I'm not quite part of the contingent of people, by the way, who are like, video game graphics peaked at the PS2, nothing needs to look better than insert formative game I played when I was 15. Like, obviously, advances in graphics technology are doing some exciting things for the medium. My shit is really just like, why are we chasing that to the exclusion of people actually being able to play the fucking games with reasonable performance targets or for reasonable amounts of money? Monster Hunter World? Gorgeous. Wonderful looking game. Also, like, lives on my shit list forever because of how fucking badly it ran for me using a reasonable PC at release. And how nothing I could ever set would ever make it function normally. I knew Monster Hunter World was gonna come up. It's our fucking reference point for 3D graphics so often, man. Yeah, it's a post about Screamer, too. I mean, like, I would fucking love to have a card with more than 8 gigabytes of VRAM. But, like, I don't know, man. I think the universe in which games are coming out that make a fucking 5800X 3D and a 3070 look weak, that's insane. That should never happen. Those parts are both relatively recent and actually fucking strong. That shit is ridiculous, man.
Okay, Master Chief. I have set your route to the
So yeah, I always get, like Quantic said, I get excited for Horizon because Horizon is the best looking game relative to its performance profile that I have ever played. Every single fucking one of these games that I've touched is like, wow, this runs so reasonably for how fucking pretty it is.
Turn left.
How do I turn on my brights and blind everyone in a 20-mile vicinity, though? I'm getting a little bit nervous about this visibility. Here we go. Okay.
Turn right.
I just hope my graphics card can handle HD. Hey, what if I skipped this section?
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Nice. I still feel some type of way about no real trees in this game. Like, that's lower friction for sure, but I feel like we maybe lost something about overworld navigation. I'm not getting distracted by those open world gimmicks on the way either. I'm fucking driving the car. Oh yeah, Extreme Formula. I was surprised by how badly that was running for some friends when we tried out the demo. And then when I went to try out the demo had apparently been pulled, and I don't know why, so I still don't have any opinions on it myself. I really thought I was going to make contact with that car. Test drive? I don't know, man. I don't feel like I have the disposable income for this side of the road shitbox right now. Alright. It's gonna come off as performative asking you guys if I can vent about something, because the answer is yes. It's my show, and if you don't like it, the door is so unbelievably easy to access that it should, like, cost you nothing. Holy shit, look at that guy go. But I legitimately can't remember whether I've done this bit before.
Turn left.
Have we talked about Smash Ultimate input lag around here recently? Yes and no. It's been a bit. Because there's new context this time. The new context is that I've been playing HDR. I've been playing Hue Draw Remix, a fucking big modification of Ultimate that's like... kind of like PM for Ultimate, but with a little bit of fucking jungle juice. Where it's like, obviously no one would ever design L-Cancel back into Smash Ultimate. So instead, Aerials just have good frame data from the get-go now. And the input buffer is still intact, but made, like, less obstructive when trying to do high-precision movements. And all the characters without fucking melee ideas for their gameplay got some fucked up Zaza. And then all the characters with melee ideas for their gameplay might have gotten some fucked up Zaza too. DK can fucking pull a barrel with down special and all that. But really the most impactful thing about it for me is that, like, if I were to sit down and try really seriously getting into Smash Ultimate, I would personally want to use latency mod in every situation, including, like, offline play, because it just makes the game feel better, and it makes the outcomes of interactions feel more deliberate and intentional when people aren't wading through, like, a big arbitrary enforced gap in time between the making a decision and seeing the result of that decision come out on screen. I think the input lag in Smash Ultimate is, like, a big reason that its neutral looks so fucking aimless and shitty in practice at high levels. And so HDR, being a modification inherently, doesn't have to deal with the idea that, like, oh, well, latency mod is only for use as an online training tool, and also if you use it as an online training tool, you're Hitler, because we take online Smash weirdly seriously despite the fact that it's so obviously non-competitive. Because it's already a mod, the gates are already open. You can just patch things that are bad. You can just play the game using the patches that remove, like, 4 fucking frames of input lag from the offline experience, and then, like, another 3 from online. And that's cool. That's like, oh, I get to play a version of the game that I like with, like, tuning to make it feel good and perform reasonably. And I don't have to worry about that feeling being taken away from me if I choose to engage in competition. I don't have to feel like the things I'm doing are illegitimate because they're not within the competitive standard. And I feel that way even though I will probably never go to an event hosting Q-Draw Remix. And I can't decide whether this is weird. Whether, like, valuing that shared experience and that shared legitimacy is, like, a weird way to have adjusted my own brain, considering that in practice, it's extremely likely to never matter. That, like, I'm likely to play with Frey, and with the housemates, maybe, and with a couple of friends on Parsec, and that's basically it. It's a long drive, by the way.
There are rumblings of an abandoned legendary portion.
Obviously, it probably shouldn't be played in quick play, but players have the right to organize playing with mods to be on the same rules. That's the thing. So, like, probably everybody in this room can agree that the, like, Japanese Twitter post perspective, where it is bad to use the modification in any context because it is a modification, is, like, ludicrous, right? That doesn't map to anybody's standard of what, like, moral behavior is or isn't. And in particular, it's, like, really rich that it comes from, like, Japanese players who have, like, all of the practice opportunities they could ever want on their small island nation that's connected by good public transit. But then there's, like, the stronger position of, like, you shouldn't use it on quick play, but it's fine to use it on arenas if people know you're using it, or if there's, like, no stakes associated with it. And I'm like, I don't know, I kind of don't give a shit. I think I'm kind of for people using every advantage that makes the game feel better and closer to real competition, regardless of whether it's fair. Because the state of online Smash without that modification is a fucking prank. It is a worthless experience, and the only reason you would ever value it is because you haven't had the alternative. And intuitively, it feels like that's an insensitive and kind of shitty take. But it's the way that I actually feel, and probably the way that I would actually behave if I was interested at all in playing Vanilla Ultimate. And I mean, I am kind of interested, but just, like, not interested, because the state of legitimate competition is playing the version of the game with a shit ton of input lag, and so I don't care, you know?
Turn right.
Like, I'll fuck around with friends, but that's about it.
Arrive at your destination.
Games are inherently kind of not fair, and I don't know if I care very much about fairness of competition, which is usually just imposed on me from the outside anyway. Yeah, like, it's not clear to me that there is a moral difference between buying an extremely expensive, low-latency monitor and installing the delay mod. Because both of those things are, like, gated by factors that have nothing to do with your engagement with the game and its rules, and both of them provide tangible advantages if, like, your opponent isn't using the same thing. But, like, we treat one as legitimate and are more inclined to treat the other as illegitimate, and I'm not sure why, especially considering, like, the delay mod costs you, like, a bent paperclip or a $5 3D printed RCM jig in a lot of cases. And, like, even with even with unhackable switches, like, mod chips are still cheaper than, like, super high-end gaming monitors for, like, fucking FPS games and stuff. Like, if you want your 480 hertz fucking 4K OLED panel for $1 skrillion. Yeah. It's like, giving a shit about fairness presumes that there is value to the competition in the first place. And I feel like fucking NSO Smash, Online Smash Ultimate, the only purpose of it is to use it as a practice tool, because the competition is so fucking bad and worthless otherwise. Okay, I kind of like that lick. That's a little cute. Oh god, it's so fucking slick. Please let me in. Like, on my desk right now, I have a fucking 35-gram gaming mouse sitting on it because my last mouse that didn't randomly stop clicking finally gave up the ghost. And I'm like, okay, so if I'm gonna get something, I want to get something that lasts me a bit and that performs to, like, specifications where I'm not stressing about it. And I want it to be cheap, so instead of getting a name brand, we're getting Chinese clones. Because really all that matters is the shape and the sensor anyway. And I think about, like, I got a strong PC, I've got a 120 hertz monitor, I have the fucking free time to practice a lot. I have the free time to research how to set up my PC for low latency, and I have the fucking educational advantages that make that task easy and comfortable for me. I have the use of my arms. Like, we could go anywhere with this. The things that make a particular competition fair or not fair have a lot less to do with, like, some platonic ideal of fairness, and map better to the idea of we want to see people engaging in some skill that we find meaningful at, like, as close to the limit of human ability as we can manage, because that's... It's where the fucking invocation of, like, okay, but they should do one Olympics where everyone is allowed to take steroids comes from. Because we just want to fucking see it, right? And for what it's worth, the externalities associated with doing something like that, like, oh shit, nobody broke any fucking world records at the enhanced games. Or was it one world record? And it's because it was a bunch of fucking third-string athletes who didn't have as much to lose. Rapid trigger Hall effect keyboards. Oh, man. Like, okay, I don't play tactical FPS games, so take anything I say on the subject of that with, like, not just a grain of salt, but, like, an entire fucking can of Morton's iodized. But, like, it definitely seems to make sense to me that if, like, the entire skill of counter-strafing can be fucking nullified by an undetectable hardware modification, that, like, I don't know, man, maybe Valorant getting rid of it was a good thing. And I mean, like, we've seen variants of this happen in the fucking fighting game community as well. Arguments about cheat boxes, about SOCD rules. Melee is still, in my submission, undergoing a controller rule set crisis. And increasingly, I feel like OEM or bust would be a more reasonable way to handle it than whatever the fuck is going on over there, but also Melee is not my game, you know? So I don't presume to know what's good for that community, least of all what the people in it actually prefer. But, like, while you can strive towards objectivity in this shit, like, you can say, okay, any controller should have the same level of competitive viability as a GameCube controller. So rectangles should be made to be equal to and no greater than the GameCube controller. Well, what does equal mean? What does viable mean? If they can perform certain techniques but not others, does it come out on balance, or does it have to be strictly worse? What does it mean to have access to a tool that's really good with higher consistency than an OEM user, but lose access to another tool entirely? That kind of thing. fucking, do we actually care about the skill associated with SDI, or do we just have to care because otherwise the entire integrity of the competition becomes weird? Should Stadium be frozen, you know? And it gets the people going. Like, it's all arbitrary, it's all socially constructed, and, like, you should strive to do reasoning that's as good as you can within that boundary, but you are, like, making arbitrary choices for far back enough. And it's good for you to know what those arbitrary choices are so you can, like, reason more consistently, instead of just pretending that, like, ice climbers not having access to pinpoint coordinate desyncs is, like, a natural law, rather than an emergent consequence of the human thumb interacting with a GameCube stick box. Melee and its controllers are too old. OEM will not last forever, and the rules need to be rewritten. Those new rules can need to be convinced to be the correct rules everyone should follow instead of forking. I mean, like, is fragmentation of the scene that bad? Fucking... Would fragmentation of the scene affect anyone in practice except the fucking incredibly scant minority of players who are, like, aiming to make significant financial gains off of the back of Melee? Does that matter? Do we care?
Okay, Master Chief, I have set your route to the cross-country.
Why shouldn't communities adopt rule sets that suit the needs of their members instead of kowtowing to a rule set community that, like, is writing things from the perspective of levels of play that they will never see? Does your Melee scene in Nowhere, Nebraska need a wobbling ban? Do you even need to have a conversation if there are no Ice Climbers players in your region?
You've arrived at your destination.
Like, I sympathize with the desire to, like, trim things down to fucking rules and axioms that seem, like, clear and sensible. But they're all backed by arbitrary vibes. Like, it is also just as reasonable to say that, like, things manufactured by Nintendo that plug into a GameCube controller port are the only legitimate options for competition, because, like, otherwise, giant ants with top hats, what does it even mean to be able to pinpoint coordinates? Or, like, do we want to open the can of worms that is, like, having to legislate exactly how many SDI inputs a rectangle can make? Does anyone want to deal with that kind of arbitrary decision versus the arbitrary decision to just no rectangle, fuck you, no fobs, fuck you, etc.? I'm like, I don't know what I would do for Melee because I don't play Melee. I don't give a shit. I play 64, and you know the way the 64 rule set works? The 64 rule set is you are allowed to use anything that you can make plug into an N64 that has a 1-to-1 button mapping. Hey, nice. And it is not allowed to have anything except those 1-to-1 buttons. So no tilt mods, none of that shit. If you use a keyboard, you have to raw dog the keyboard like it's on emulator. That means buffered tilts. That means 8 recovery angles. Your face is a square. And you go to Dreamland. Like, I can't even fucking overstate how impactful it is to the Smash 64 metagame that there is more than one stage available if competitors want to organize their competitive environment like that now. Like, we gotta think about what kinds of combos people get on platforms that are different heights and different sizes now. That wasn't a part of competition for so long. Smash 64 has never experienced the overhang platform that goes beyond the, oh god, that's not gonna work. The overhang platform that goes beyond the main body of the stage that lets you mix up recovering high and then dropping. Yeah, it's Remix. Remix is the option. Previously, okay, so, vanilla stages in Smash 64. Peach's Castle. No ledges, bumper, weird slope interactions. Mushroom Kingdom. Hazard Fest. Walk-offs. Saffron City. You may think it's the Pokemon, but no, it's actually that it's brutally unfair to Ness. Congo Jungle. Circle Camping Fuckfest with Sharkable main platform. Fucking Sector Z. Really big R-Wings. Fucking Brinstar. Acid trampoline combos. Even if you're willing to involve a Game Shark. Wow, I can't fucking... Oh, okay, it's because somebody was on my inside. That's why I couldn't turn, I think. Even if you're willing to go Game Shark, fucking, Final Destination is incredibly finicky to play on without Master Hand in it. And also the ledges are, like, kind of fucked up. And then Battlefield, despite being an interesting layout, is, the ledge is brutally unfair to Ness again, for reasons of, like, fucking stage collision. It's very difficult for Ness to recover. So for a long time, it was Hyrule. But, Hyrule does have the double top platform thing, famously explored in Super Boom Fan versus, Garrison. The 54-minute game 1. I don't know if I'm ready for above average difficulty yet. Or highly skilled or whatever the fuck that I'm on right now. Like, my car is not tuned very well, but this is scary, man. Oh yeah, Yoshi's. Believe it or not, you can actually play for the clock with the clouds. Plus, it's a little bit circle campy even without them. So yeah, Remix has a bunch of stages that are at least, like, generally palatable. It's like, oh, I'm interested in playing on this. Even if, like, both the competitive and semi-competitive stage presets have stages in them that I think are dog shit. And even though I think Falcon probably does not need the help in terms of combo routing that he gets from platform heights on a couple of those, like, new stages that are part of the conversation, it's actually been really interesting watching the, like... Because Smash 64 net play became good recently. And... oh, God. Oh, God. And so you get more people playing it, but you also get a bunch of people whose, like, entire knowledge of the game is like, oh, why wouldn't you play Remix? It has all this stuff in it. And I'm sure when fucking people start learning about Project Galleon, it's going to become a conversation about that, which is going to make me vomit. But that's a topic for another time. But Remix is still used for hosting vanilla games because it has features that the community has agreed are, like, valuable. Things like, maybe I don't want to listen to the Dreamland theme 100 times. Maybe I want, like, neutral starts rather than having to, like, swap ports around. Maybe I want the ability to use a timer in stock mode instead of setting a fucking egg timer outside of the game for our anti-stalling clause. Yes, this is real. Maybe I want the game to boot fully unlocked instead of needing to unlock 4 characters and item switch. Yes, you had to unlock the item toggles. Smash 64 is so cool. Smash Bros. Vietnamese rules is probably, like, some variant of parry on air dodge on air dash mode, and then, like, It's all variant characters legal, including fucking J Pikachu and J Falcon. I bet there's more Zaza on the remix options menu. No, not again. I did it again. No. Okay, I kind of recovered. You guys seriously can't hear the wheel? I feel like it's so loud on my end. That fucking noise removal that came with the new audio interface must really be working overtime. I hear it blends in with the car noises, especially when you drive over rough terrain. That makes sense. Jesus, like I got the wheel all the way over, but there are limits on how far I can go, man. Like I swear cars just turn farther when you're using the control stick. And yes, I still do intend to play more Car Game 4, by the way. My Game Pass trial probably runs out in like about a week. So that'll be the end of this, most likely. Did I hit it? I didn't get a skip checkpoint warning, so I guess I did. Every fucking racing game stream is just like me driving somewhere and yelling at you guys in the backseat. Why didn't you go before we left? You fucking turn off that light back there, I'm gonna crash on the highway and get us all killed. Use the little worm light on your Game Boy. Do you have casual or sim steering turned on? That's a good question, actually. I'll check after this event. We get there when we get there. It's like 20% that, and then 80% like... my ass conspiracy truthing about like how game design works. Yeah, man, look at this pack. Fucking top 3 are just like gone. I have never been to or seen a Buc-ee's. It's like I need to break grip on purpose in order to get any fucking angle, I swear. It's like Forza Horizon treats it as a 5-alarm fire if I'm not placing first in events. It's like, hey man, do you want us to lower the difficulty?
Okay, Master Chief. What do you want to do next?
And I'm like, probably fine. Losing is part of life. There's fucking 12 guys in that race. Why would I expect to be the one who's fucking coming in first? Alright. So, difficulty. Driving presets. Anti-lock brakes. I am on standard instead of simulation steering. Is that why? Standard steering gives you full control, but dampens some physical effects to make driving easier. And then there's assisted and auto steering. I mean, I guess you get auto steering for free, right? Fucking Ring Racers has a debugging command like that. You type takeover1 into the console with cheats on, I believe. Maybe only develop builds. And a bot just starts driving your fucking vehicle for you. Accessibility versus visual accessibility is, like, visual is all of the crazy fucking color filter modes. I'll switch this on briefly again. High contrast mode. We'll do, like, player car in gold and traffic cars in dark red. And then I remember how to change the camera, except maybe I fucking don't. Wow, why is there no traffic on this fucking dirt road in the middle of nowhere? There we go. I do think this feature's pretty cool. It disables motion blur, and it can get a little bit weird when you're sorting through, like, transparency and stuff. But other than that, like, I find it pretty neat. Fucking... You guys have already seen me rant a little bit about, like, the word accessibility in games. If you read my article. My first response content ever.
Okay, Master Chief. I have
But
sent...
one thing I didn't talk about there, because it wasn't the focus of the article, is how there is, like... There is no accessibility feature that cannot in some way become a player buff. And there's no way to restrict accessibility features only to those who quote-unquote need them. Like that visual filter, like... It would probably improve the performance of a fully sighted player just by virtue of, like, making it quicker and easier to identify things. And when you implement that, you have to be okay with that. That, like, you've provided a structural incentive for people to, in order to perform better... There's my... Sure, drift zone on the way, why not, right? You've provided a structural incentive for people to make their game look worse in order to perform better, and you just have to deal with that, you know? Is this my handbrake? I actually have no clue where it's bound. I'm just swinging the wheel around, man. It's scary. Not even 1 star. That's what I thought.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Like, it was really funny to see Mina release with, like, all of these hyper-granular, I'm fucking going the wrong way. All these hyper-granular difficulty modifiers, and then to see people in discussion spaces about the game react like, well, the developers aren't giving me a, like, sanctioned mode with the things I don't like turned off.
Turn right.
And I resent them for fucking placing things that I think would make the game better in the same menu as, like, cheats. It feels patronizing, and I don't want to use any of these options.
You have arrived at your destination.
And I find that really interesting. So I do think a lot of the time, when we get down to conversations about difficulty in games, it's not enough that, like, there be an option that lowers the difficulty. I feel like a lot of people want in their heart of hearts for the game's out-of-the-box experience to be modified so that, like, the way they want to play the game is treated as inherently legitimate. What is the cheapest fucking piece of shit that I can buy for this event? You're getting in the Ioniq 5N. The answer is that they're all cheats. Exactly! They're all cheats, but nobody wants to fucking talk about this. Okay, it's the Japan Horizon game. That means I can put on fucking anime wraps and none of you are gonna fucking look at me weird, right? That's a Duracell battery. That's kind of fucking hot. Who is this? Am I gonna know who this is if I put this on my car? Don't be No Game No Life. I think the fucking sticker is mirrored on the other side. Do I have access to something that'll let me move the camera here? It's No Game No Life. Fuck! Get me out of here. You know what? Yeah, fuck it. More Umakaris. Look at this horse. I fell off Uma Musume as soon as it became entirely about parent grinding, but I still have some fondness for it. Begrudging, but there's some fondness. Yeah, so if I double check here... Yeah, steering's on simulation. We'll see how bad things go for me now. I've been keeping up with my katakana studies, and I have to say, being able to read Yaku in Game Boy Mahjong games is like... It's definitely a small thing, but it's motivating. I definitely feel immediately like I'm allowed to slide laterally a lot. Holy shit, this is irresponsible. Okay, how am I gonna deal with this turn? Do I need to fucking brake? Should probably at least try. Literally fully on the brakes for like the entire lead up there and did not slow down even a little bit, I swear. How long until you start playing the fucked up PSP Saki games? I'm watching Achigahen with a group of friends right now. And so I'm gonna have enough context to play the PSP games and actually know what people's powers fucking do. We're like episode 5. We did all of the original series. We're at like episode 5 or 6 of Achigahen. Right after Kuro gets rinsed by illegal hand-reading technology. Which is the genesis of Laz posting that fucking excellent, like, sock. Oh, see, I'm not. How do I turn? Help me! The source of Laz posting that excellent image of Saki with the InstaWhip reject graphics on her. I have to say, it's extremely funny to see the side story treat her like the final boss. With, like, dark evil pack aura everywhere she goes. They, like, put Koromo on screen exclusively to power scale her. It's fucking awesome. Okay, second isn't a terrible performance, I guess. All-wheel drive turning nerf. God, is it just the car? Fuck, man. I feel like I got a fucking manacle on the wheel. Like it's only turning 10 degrees no matter how hard I fucking crank it. I don't remember whatever you're talking about from the original Frog, so probably it's in Jigahen or Zengoku-hen. Yeah, man, what if I did more off-road for no reason?
I have set your route to the cross-country race event.
Oh, 12 miles out, huh? How about something closer?
Okay,
yeah, that's
Master
better.
Chief, I have set your route to the road race event.
Have you tried a forward-wheel drive car? I will give that a shot in the next event if I've got one, and if I don't, maybe I'll just fucking buy one and see how it behaves stock. Someday I'll become a car person. Oh, you ghost traffic during speed zones, okay. Took me a minute to realize what was going on here.
have arrived at your destination. In 400
Doink.
yards, you will arrive at your destination. You have arrived at your destination.
How many times are you gonna tell me I arrived at my destination, man? Okay, I gotta buy a supercar. I bet I totally have the money for this, too. Yeah, 4.5 million credits. Sounds good. Okay, I believe you. Alright. Everything in the auto show is a rear wheel. So we're gonna get the cheapest thing that lets us get into the event. And then we're gonna put a horse on it. Where's Tone? We're putting the fat one on the car. I feel like you could do a study of seasonal anime culture just entirely through fucking Forza vinyls. It's not like I'm gonna see these when I'm playing in bumper cam anyway. Okay, well maybe I see a little bit more of them than I expected. That's kind of funny. That's making me smile a bit. I probably shouldn't be, but I went back to 2-foot braking. I'm gonna stop. Wow! It don't steer too good, man. I don't know. Like, is something wrong with my wheel? It should be able to output more angles than that. You're fucking bumping me. Ah! Get away! Dude! There we go. Yeah, I'm getting pit maneuvered by everything, dude. Look at this. Jesus. They hate me so bad, man. That's rough. Dude, I can't steal a tune, so I don't even know what I would do to this. Steering axis. Off-road fuel scale. Steering sensitivity of 0.5. Does that seem correct? That's the default. If I open up joy.cpl, hit properties on my wheel. Yep, it's disabled force feedback. Force feedback enabled. It's on 200-degree rotation. Maybe I should click allow game to adjust settings. Seems important for, like, actually playing natively PC games instead of fucking emulators. Yeah, I don't know, man. Does that car say powered by Copilot? What a world. mean, I guess I kind of bought the Temu supercar. Like, I got the cheapest thing at the auto show. So I shouldn't expect it to be blowing anything away. Completely stock. Dude, you gotta... It's real good. I feel like this is going badly. Like, that's not normal, right? No, come on. Okay. I'm gonna go back into free room. I say free room, free roam. I'm playing Sega Mahjong. That's it? That's what I got? Like, I don't know. If I go to fucking difficulty, it's on highly skilled. Driving assists ultimate. I've just got it all switched off temporarily. Yeah, I don't know. We'll do TCS off. I just don't want a driving line, and I don't want traction control. That's really it. It feels weird. I don't know. Do I have bad expectations of how this thing is supposed to fucking control? Hang on. If I... Are you gonna know what to do if I try to do this right now? I'm gonna unplug my mouse receiver really quickly because I don't have a fucking spare USB-C right now. Let me get back to the fucking road. Yeah. I don't know, man. The response on pad seems very different. Grug need to go to road to compare settings. Yeah, that's different, right? It's not like the wheels on fucking 900. So the unresolved question for me is, why would steering sensitivity be on 0.5 by default?
Are you gonna get up? Or are they gonna keep you?
Like, you guys can see my arm moving when I do that, too. Yeah, even with steering sensitivity up. So if I rewind and then replug the pad... Well, that doesn't count for anything now. Yeah, it feels so much easier to, like, break my own grip. Weird. So, like, is this working wrong? Am I a dipshit? It's linear steering. Oh, huh. If I start navigating this with the wheel, is it going to bring up different control settings? Sure does. That's pretty funny. Let me search this really quickly. Every fucking stream I do with, like, any kind of hardware that isn't a mouse and keyboard, it's just a troubleshooting stream. Forza Horizon 6 wheel range. I don't know how to search this, but... yeah, immediately I don't see anybody... You have to tune the cars if you don't want to jump off a building playing this game on wheel. Controllers, you guys get out of here. You guys get handheld the whole time. The game makes so many micro adjustments for controller players because they literally cannot. Lol. A lot of people on Logitech wheels talking about, like, oversteer and ice. I thought it was just me. My cars aren't turning, and when they do, they just keep going while I'm full sending it the other way. Turn your rotation in G-Hub to 540 because that is what the rotation angle is in-game. Are you shitting my whole ass right now? I'm gonna kill you. Hold on. I unplugged my fucking mouse dongle. God damn it. You cause all of your problems! Settings. Degrees of rotation. 540. Alright. Actually, can I fucking fast travel to the festival site and do this on, like, the drag strip where it's a little bit easier? How would I do that? It would be, like, wanting to apply a vinyl, right? That would teleport me to the hub. Yeah, there we go. Because everybody wanted to see this on wheel, and I was jazzed to play it on wheel.
Welcome back, Master Chief.
But, like, is it fucked up? How can we know for sure? Master Chief can handle it, it's true. Oh no, dude. Okay, I don't know. I don't know if that's helping. Because once I do actually break grip, if I, like, come off the accelerator entirely, I can start getting some angle. And then by comparison, if I plug this in... Oh my god, it's not even the same fucking... I just looked at my N64 controller being plugged in on my desk. I really don't want this to be the answer. This is Pad, by the way. It looks completely different, right? It's not just me? So if I fucking take this, and I quickly pull my RAFnet cord up here and I unplug it, and then I switch back to wheel. Okay, no. Not the answer. Probably it's time to return to card game 400%. It's tempting right now. This is weird. Like, I need to reset my fucking wheel range. I unplugged my mouse. I need another USB-C cable over here, man. I gotta fucking recable my whole desk. Honestly, the fucking USB hub coming out of my monitor is not it. So if I go to joy.cpl... Joy.cpl is my favorite menu in Windows because it allows me to instantly know whether a controller is actually fucked up or it's just games being weird. So I'll go back down to 200 degrees. At 80% force feedback strength. And it's like, yeah, the fucking angle is being detected accurately. That's not the issue. The issue is your tissue. Oh, hold on. What? What the fuck? This is completely different all of a sudden. All I did was hit defaults. Nothing was even changed. It literally only reset steering range and force feedback scale. Was it the fucking N64 controller? This is pissing me off because when this happens again, I'm gonna have no clue how to do it. But yeah, if I crank the wheel now... Wait a minute. Okay. I don't know anymore. This is confusing. You have discovered an arcane ritual that maybe fixes it. I hate video games, man. I don't even fucking like this hobby.
Okay, Master Chief, what do you want to do now? Okay, Master Chief, I have set your route
So
to
is
the
it
circuit
better
center.
now? We'll fucking figure it out, right?
100 yards. Turn left.
And 64 controllers still plugged in.
In 100 yards. Turn left.
Yeah, it still feels stiff. I don't know. So many tools on the screen. Constant wheel spin is making you get inconsistent results and gaslighting you. I wonder about that. Like, if I'm already at speed... It feels so easy to swing myself by comparison.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Yeah, like, this feels way, way, way the fuck easier. So I'm just gonna have to, like, aggressively switch back and forth between them and decide what the fuck is going on.
Turn sharp right. Turn sharp right.
But, like, that slide... I remember I have TCS off, right? And that slide still feels like something I can only do on controller. Even though I'm literally not doing anything other than, like, full flooring the gas and then steering to the fucking left. Alright. Because this is... I remember not having a very good time on Wheel in Horizon 4. Which was the last time I tried doing this, really. Maybe this is just a pad game. It's like, I know Wheel can be a little trickier, but like... I wasn't applying any finesse on pad at all. Maybe I've got to get into an event to know for sure.
400 yards. Turn right.
Genuine question, how are all my streams like this?
Turn right.
This happens to me so rarely when I'm not streaming.
200 yards. Turn left. Turn left.
Yeah, what the fuck, man? It's like, because I can't figure out why this would be the way that it's fucked up. Like, even if we accept that it is fucked up, like, why would it behave this way? What is the reason? Does it happen on every wheel, or just, like, fucking ancient hardware? And what's the difference between ancient hardware and new hardware, if that's the case?
In 400 yards. Turn left. Turn left.
What if it's Steam input? Jesus. Would that even... Is that even possible? Does Steam know this thing is connected? If I hit the home button, is it going to bring up big picture? No. I won't lie to you and say that I didn't think about it, you know?
Turn right.
And the fucked up thing is that I'm still having a pretty good time today. But, like... I feel bad, you know? Like, every time I fucking boot up, there's some new shit happening to me.
In 400 yards. Turn right. Turn right.
Clearly, you gotta play Silver Deadlock with the racing wheel to verify. I definitely feel like I'm in the ELO where I get to do that. Initiate games are so funny because I can tell everyone, including me, is shit. But we're all shit in such robust and complex ways that are so different from one another. We're like 100 billion beautiful individual shitty snowflakes.
You have arrived at your destination.
Okay. Can I join the event? Okay, it's slightly off. I thought I was standing on the fucking marker. Alright, we're getting the Lancer Evo. The other thing is that when this happens to me, I immediately become so fucking tired. Like somebody fucking ripped out my soul. Here's what we'll do. I'll run this event twice. I'll run this event twice. Once on wheel and once on pad. I don't know what the fuck to believe anymore. Hold on, there is one thing. I bet... Oh yeah, I totally forgot this game had DLSS. HUD, time splits... What is the fucking thing I'm looking for that shows me, like... all of the stats about the, like, individual wheel grip and shit? Because I'm wondering if it has a steering display that I can look at to make sure that shit isn't, like, completely fucked up. And I don't know where I would find that. Is it telemetry? Is data out gonna be enough? Because I need, like, the on-screen display. I like that proximity radar. The things we have to do in video games to cover for the fact that you have no fucking peripheral vision, man. So I've got data out on, but then I don't know how to bring up the, like, telemetry overlay. Why do I get the feeling that I'm not gonna be gaining on these guys? I mean, it's not a huge gap. I can still make it up. I'm 2-foot braking again. I shouldn't be. I'm gonna put the bad foot on the ground. God, can you fucking believe that the set of pedals had a little thing you can flip down with spikes on it that are like meant to fucking create friction against like a rug and stop the thing from sliding so much. And I've owned it for fucking so long and only figured out about it today because I just like, I'm looking at the underside of the pedals like, I wonder whether I can mount something to these to make them not slide around quite as much. And hey, as it turns out, that's the fucking answer. I'm trying the select button here, and it doesn't seem to be producing it. Ooh, that felt pretty clean. Oh god. Dude, get out of here. Photo finish. You got me. So then if I grab the pad immediately and hit restart event, and then while I'm here, I may as well look at all of the control settings and see. Telemetry unbound. That would definitely help. Okay, let's put, yeah, let's map telemetry and horn to the same thing for fun. Huh. That's an interesting steering display. Automatic is just fucking... It's showing me the clutch numbers, and I'm like, I didn't do that. I'm a big fraud. Oh my god. Dude, look at it. Look at it. Lap 1, man. Goodness gracious, that feels fucking bad. I don't even need to do the rest of the test. It's like, by comparison. Okay, that's a very different range of accessible steering values than I was seeing on pad, right? What does that mean? I feel like I know less. I wouldn't have been particularly surprised if I had fucking plugged the wheel and seen, like, a lesser steering range. I definitely didn't expect to see a significantly greater steering range. Like, I don't know what that means, man. I do feel like this kind of strangely feels a bit more consistent if I use a way, way lighter touch. Maybe it's expecting steering inputs within a certain range. I don't know, man. I'm about to become a fucking truther on this stuff. Okay, now let's immediately switch to the pad. Well, primarily the sensory experience is that I'm not having my fucking arms shaken out of their sockets. It's just like, it would feel so unreasonable for this to not be working. So I want a caveat against my own feelings, you know? It's like, why would it ever be working the way that I think it's working? That's insane. You misunderstand something. But it does feel different. I gotta get Meowsynth sampled for the M8. Alright. So, that's my lap with the wheel. I don't want to overweight what I'm feeling either, because I know I'm less familiar with wheel than I am with pad. But, like, tell me this is not a different difficulty setting, at the very least. Like, what the fuck was that, man? I like how running into that fucking flag completely killed the auto exposure. Like, if I can get the lead with pad, I can hold it with wheel, evidently, but... Jesus. And I'm still on I'm on simulation steering, right? So it's not like the behavior of the assists being different either. I'm so fucking tired. I hooked up the fucking wheel specifically for this, man. What are we doing here? Supercut of every time I say wheel this stream. A time attack event. If I'm gonna continue fucking trying to psyop myself on this, a time attack seems like a good opportunity to do it, right?
The nearest time attack.
You can hit a time attack in a convoy, by the way. We all get thrown into a leaderboard together. To see who's the best, of course.
Oh yeah, these fucking happen in the open world. Which is kind of an interesting idea. Splitgate, like the arena shooter. Oh, it's not a circuit route, is it? I know it is. My kingdom for ghosts, man. Like, can it be that I'm trying to steer too far and it's making me not steer far enough? Is that how wheels or vehicles work? Alright, so here's our lead up. So we'll do the input device handover. That exit felt slow. Probably fucked that one up real bad. So far the gap doesn't seem quite what I expect. Alright, it's time for me to drive myself insane. Two and a half from that. Oh nice, time attacks do actually pay out credits. I lost a second. Jesus, that's scary. Gained a bit. Definitely my habits might be different on pad versus wheel as well. Maybe I'm just like, I've got bad habits when it comes to pre-steering. That was pretty ugly.
Not quite your best time. Focus up, try again.
Not quite your best time. Thanks, I just didn't fucking notice that, man. It's a good thing you told me, because otherwise I would have no way of knowing for sure. Well, they also don't require that you use the track limits correctly at all here. Okay. That shit where you swing out before swinging in definitely seems to help a bit. It's kind of funny to me that these appear to have, like, no structure, because you can just bring whatever car in. Ugh, that felt really bad. Where did all my power go? I also don't feel like it should play the sad sound when you gain on a split just because you're still negative overall. But I only have a strong opinion on that because I fucking implemented time attack splits myself. Ring Racers gives you pale red if you're behind but gaining, and gives you dark red if you're behind and losing. Oh god, this is not good. And you get dark blue if you're ahead and gaining, and pale blue if you're ahead and losing. Plus there's a fucking arrow. I don't know how many people actually, like, interpret those differences as meaning something. But I did notice that immediately after implementing splits, developer excitement about time attack increased big. So... okay, so it's the same kind of mistake here. Is it a psyop? Do I suck on both methods? It might be a psyop. Oh my god. Help! It might not be a psyop. These aren't like totally isolated trials either, because the exit speed I get on the final corner affects the starting speed of the next run. Those bug me, by the way. I find that kind of frustrating. Oh my god. I don't think it's a psyop. This might be a slow exit, though. I never noticed the pale dark thing. Yeah, it's not super obvious. I figured most people would notice the arrows rather than the coloring. It's like, I can't get myself into a slide. That's the feeling, right? I'm trying real hard to induce a slide. And I feel glued down. I will say, though, this is a pretty pleasant grind. It's like I felt it for a second there. I wonder if I'm making any story progress by doing this. It's like, fuck it, that! Like, why am I going nowhere like that? In situations where I expect to start sliding, I just get slower. And I can't tell which input method is, like, more legitimate. This is the type of shit that makes me tear my hair out. And I think it does make me kind of weird. Actually, oh my god. I fucking forgot I had a cockpit camera. This whole time, I could have just fucking used this to see how I was steering. Plus, you have to look at my cool robot arm. Check out these hyper-realistic hands. Link Air. I fucking forget how the skill link system even works. Alright, now let's compare. So, like, I'm literally just not steering as far, right? Like, it's the same kind of limited angle as the telemetry view. But, like, that's just a visual, right? Oh my god, 2 seconds behind. And that kind of slide, which I feel like is actually going to save me a ton of time. No? Damn, I feel like I'm coming unmoored from reality here a little bit. So, I feel pretty strongly that the hands are telling me, like, borderline nothing. Whoa! Beautiful, I get a green split and the fucking game stutters on me. Also, for a game with, like, completely insane accessibility options, I'm kind of surprised that they use green and red instead of blue and red. Am I a lap time grinder in my heart? Is this how I get my sick kicks? Because I've been here forever. Okay, that one didn't count because the game literally froze to assassinate me. That definitely felt like I was locked for a bit. Time trialing not normally in your nature. I'm very much an online competition first type of person. I'm not usually motivated by, like, score grinds broadly. Although the way I treated fucking Time Attack and Ring Racer's dev was, like, pretty voracious upon reflection. Yeah, so it's like the visual response of the wheel is mapped to something completely different. They don't look comparable at all. Man, do I find a way to lose time that is just not quite the same on pad. Uh-oh. I'm dead now, though. This is giving me skill score, by the way. Just, like, going off track and landing in a giant pile of fucking, tires. Skill score. It's like, what if every Tony Hawk combo was a participation trophy? It's like, yeah, man, you sure did something. Sometimes I feel like I'm just waiting to get more angle, and then I don't get it, and then I just decide to exit bad out of the corner anyway. Shoutouts to this game for supporting fucking input switching so easily, though. I feel like that's pretty uncommon. Dude, help me. Okay, I lost it all. I lost everything, all my ape's gone. But that slide, man. It feels like when you're in a slide, on pad, it's like the game is helping me to keep it. Even though there's no visible steering input being applied. That one Doom speedrun rapidly switching inputs. Oh yeah, fucking Kovac. Speedrunning Doom Eternal on the fucking crazy, like, data hand freak show keyboard with the fucking analog stick under the thumb. And id Software, despite making games that run stupidly well for their like level of graphical fidelity, does not understand the concept of mixed input at all. To be fair, I bet Ring Racers also fucking crumples under mixed input. But that's because the separation between keyboard and gamepad mappings happens at a very deep level comparatively. Plus 5-6. Like, I don't know, maybe it happens on both input methods. Maybe that fucking weird stall out is just like there are specific handling conditions for it rather than it being a consequence of the assists. Like there, I was definitely struggling. Maybe I should just try not to worry about this and then just like enjoy the wheel. After the end of all this troubleshooting, I probably have like a grand total of like
Okay, Master Chief.
10 minutes left in me.
Okay, Master Chief. I have set your route.
But I am sure gonna get in that shitty little K truck and drive my heart out.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
But in order to do that, I have to fucking know where my next event is. That'll work. Yeah, man, let's just drive through the woods.
When it is safe to do so.
The cockpit view's kind of growing on me, actually. I might keep it like this.
In 200 yards, turn left. Turn left.
I kind of feel like I can see more than on bumper cam. Probably like the actual camera height is just a little bit higher. You just want to stare at the robot arm. Also true. I want to stare at 2 robot arms, but the game isn't woke enough for that.
In 400 yards, turn left. Turn left.
Like, I'll agenda post, I just think having those options is cool. Not even necessarily as a function of inclusivity, but just like, don't you want to fucking... I don't know, man. Oh, the other thing about the fucking interior view is that I have a rear view. Notably absent in a lot of other camera modes. That's a problem, though. I think maybe, maybe cosmetic damage stays off. For doing this. Unless I got a magical self-healing windshield. Then again, it is pretty funny. By the way, what am I actually structurally trying to do? I'm earning Horizon points to unlock a new event. Cool. And I guess that's either been happening very slowly or I've been doing a shit job of it because I haven't fucking played a single showcase event this whole session. Maybe I should try to get on the wrong side, the right side of the road. Same frame on that one. Oh, dude, I gotta unbind photo mode. I literally never want to be in it. I'll probably do a couple more events for today. And then maybe, fuck it, bake some funfetti cupcakes. The NAS is a hand-me-down from the parents. And they sent me some belated birthday gifts in the box, and one of them was just a fucking box of funfetti cake mix. Like, yeah, I guess you can mail birthday cake to somebody. Some assembly required. And so, of course, instead of making a regular cake, I'm like, what if I made 24 small cakes?
Along the coast here. Check the clue.
Every fucking 5 seconds, it's just head on with some poor guy just trying to drive. Holy shit, 24 cakes. I fucking hate video games. Yeah, here we go. Damage. None. Windshield's fine. It's just like Gran Turismo.
In 400 yards, turn left.
Like, that feels weirdly stiff. Maybe I just need to fucking purchase a car that is well documented as feeling really good. That's not my exit.
When it is safe to do so.
No problem.
You have arrived at your destination.
Okay, this is not the vehicle that I want to be in if I want my experience to specifically be like I want a car that feels good to drive. I fucking forgot I turned it into the box. I didn't even mean to do that. How is the video game? I spent the last hour and a half, like, schizo posting and crashing out about how wheel feels really fucked up compared to pad, and I feel like my steering is, like, constantly locking up and behaving strangely. Not a D-pad versus wheel, guys. Like, who the fuck is playing racing games on D-pad? I know some of you in the fucking Ring Racers community do that shit, and that's why I had to invent Light Steer in the Forever Sliptide. But, like, Jesus. You gotta use analog controls for racing games, man. Eric Andre throwing up right now. It's what it is that it feels like the steering maxes out so quickly. Like, I turn the wheel a very, very small amount, and I feel like that's all the angle I'm ever gonna get, and it doesn't really feel that way on pad. That's all. When I first tried out my wheel back in my freshman dorm, I didn't realize you had to attach it to the table. Oh my god, dude, that sounds great. So you're like, fucking, you got like one arm down on the wheel, probably bracing it, trying to make things work. Yeah, I know, my braking's bad. I do have the opposite problem a lot, where I brake way too much for turns that don't require you to brake at all. Like, I had to suspend my instinct to brake there. I don't think this truck is very fast, by the way. I can give it the college try with Pat after, but hey. Doesn't Forza try to put you against cars that are about the same as the one you entered with? Yes, which is why this is confusing to me. I've been trying to make a point of, like, reading anything I see in Katakana. Problem is that I know about a third of the kana right now, and also, like, song bylines appear for about 1/20th of the time I require to go. Re. Ooh. Yeah, I'm definitely, the only other motherfucker in this car placed dead last. So I think there might be some subtleties to, D-class performance ratings that we're not necessarily aware of. Or maybe the tune is bad, I don't know. Is there any way to know for sure? Let's see. Oh yeah, well, I'm here. $100 emoji! I really wish I could just spin all of these at once. Why do I have 12 messages in Message Center? The Eliminator temporarily disabled. We have temporarily disabled matchmaking for the Eliminator while we investigate an exploit. An update on the Eliminator. We currently plan to reintroduce the Eliminator as soon as possible as part of a hotfix which will address the credits exploit. Players found participating in the exploit will have their accounts restored to a maximum of 10 million credits. As the error was on our side, no further action will be taken. As a gesture of goodwill, we will be gifting all players the 2021 McLaren Sabre. We had Apollo gems in the racing game? Hold on. aka.ms/fh6 Eliminator. Yeah, there's, like, basically zero information on that page that isn't in this fucking letter, by the way. For the same information, check out this website. Received some... We've identified an issue with the Series 1 Festival playlist where players can complete the Autumn Delivery Job Challenge in summer. Although the points are awarded, the associated car remains locked. We will fix this later, but here is a car. How many fucking various stupid progression dingus things have I just been ignoring for this entire goddamn time? There's an entire car in there?
With so much to see in Japan.
2 entire cars? Shut up.
Every road leads to
Hitting the super wheel spin. Here's your Land Cruiser, and here's a nice dress to drive it in. Great. Okay. I am going to get into the Miku Civic. If the Miku Civic doesn't drive good, what is even the fucking point of being alive? Where do I want to go with this thing? Can I do a street racing event with that?
Set your route to the nearest street race. In 200 yards, turn right. Turn
Somebody was talking about front-wheel drive before. I definitely feel like the steering range. Like, look at how I move my arms versus how on screen the wheel rotates. Like, I realize that's because fucking 540, but like, remember that if I pick up pad, my steering range is gonna look like a fucking Cruisin' USA cabinet. I'll do it right now. Turn on. Okay, well, there is that issue with the wheel. Just by the way. Yeah, then I drive with pad. And it's like, actually, just kidding. The angle range of the wheel is 10. You have hooked up a pad. I put this down. What a weird fuck. I want driving games to have more structured teaching because I'm a little baby bitch and I need a fucking adult. Sometimes the car don't go to look. Whoa! Superhuman steering there, Jesus. Thinking about the amount of bullshit that is just like modeling car interiors. Like, oh, fucking every car has a cockpit cam? And we're okay with that, and that's normal?
Turn right.
I swear handling at speed is different, but I'm just staring at this thing trying to figure out exactly what the difference is or why it would be there. I want to drive the Miku Civic. That is my remaining goal for the session. 10 guys on staff whose job is just to Frankenstein out a cockpit model for every car, because that would be an extra like $5 in ETS. Yeah.
Arrived at your destination.
You figure that's how it's gotta go. Just like, you look at the credits for this game and it's probably 100,000 fucking guys. They want me in the Supra, huh? Okay, sure, but what if I drove the Miku Civic? What then? What are you gonna do now? Yeah, I feel like a combination of the heat and, like, going insane on shit that might not even be real. Like, what was that? What were my hands doing there? Even now, I'm not totally sure that I'm not just making up the handling difference between pad and wheel. But it does feel very strange. Maybe if I think about it in terms of, like, how does your handling response appear to be operating compared to the guys in front of you? I don't know if that's actually a clarifying lens or if it just confuses me more, actually. Get out of my fucking shit, dude. I was really hoping I actually had the angle for that. Hey man, what's up? Does it expect my wheel to be in 540 and is then, like, using a fucking mini range? Because, like, genuinely, look at the wave. I don't know, man. There's just no way to know anything for sure. Also, that's fine. Reasonable racing maneuver. Oh, that's way closer than I thought. All good. It's Forza! I got like 10% left to hold this lead. They had blue smoke for this one. How kind of them. This jug of water right now feels more necessary than ever. Gonna sweat the entire contents out. Alright, man, fuck it. Give me one more. I'll play one more.
Set your route to the nearest street race.
But I want the fuel comparison.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Hey, man. Not a problem. I just need to get out of this lane. Yeah, I feel like
Turn around when it is
the
safe to
primary
do so.
thing really is just that, like,
Calculating route.
when I'm using the wheel, I feel like there is nothing in the world that can break my grip. Whereas, like, I can feel myself slide if I even pump the accelerator on pad.
In 400 yards, turn left.
All good.
In 100 yards, turn left.
And then this is going to be the last thing I do tonight, because otherwise, if I continue trying to investigate this, I am going to go crazy. I think I'll continue playing the Sunwheel when I continue playing it. Just because,
Sharp right.
like, if you got the hardware, why not use it? Like, that was definitely pretty heavy, I don't know.
Turn left.
I expected to turn more than I did, and didn't. That was definitely still very much on pad.
In 400 yards, turn left.
Maybe I still have some Gran Turismo brain in me, because I feel like GT is more than happy to let me, like, swing the wheel around and fishtail the car. Like, it doesn't give a shit if I'm facing in the correct direction or if I'm having fun.
yards.
I feel like at this point I've probably, like, caused half of the population of Japan to file an insurance claim. Cygames has, like, officially disavowed me because I'm running around totaling people in the fucking Uma Musume cars. Recommended Viper ACR. Okay, but what if I got in the Miku Civic again? Because I need a fucking like-to-like comparison. The Crossworld survey made me really sad, because there is basically nothing in it except, like, how do you hear about video games, what modes are you playing, and, like, do you buy Persona games? Really irritating. But I did my part. I went to the other feedback page. I think, like, it's solid, like, 2 out of the 5 pages of that survey are for people who don't own the game, by the way. Because I got kicked out early. I did my part, and in the other feedback I filled in, slipstream and items feel too strong, it feels really unrewarding to put time into this game. Only for, like, the result of every race to be a coin flip on the final 2 turns, because everyone is crammed so close together. And of course I'm in a minority in that feeling, so nothing is gonna get done most likely. Yeah, I think it might just be like wheel and pad having slightly differently tuned assists, plus me being more comfortable on pad than wheel. I definitely don't think my wheel setup is, like, broken or anything. But it's like, this is a pretty significant gap in performance, right? Like, we're barely 50% of the way through the race, and I've already got a pretty commanding lead. I think probably the assists that are being applied on pad, even in simulation steering, are, like, quite strong. With that said, this is funny. We can all agree this is some pretty funny stuff. Oh my god, help. How am I still ahead of anyone? Ah, the rear view's nice, though. Yeah, I like the cockpit view. I'll give up periodically looking at Almond Eye in order to have, like, this experience. You figure the game ought to run better, too, because, like, comparatively less of the screen is, like, high-detail 3D environments. Like, literally the top 20% of my screen right now could be unrendered, and I would never know. Well, thank you guys for putting up with me while I, like, schizo-post about this for literally 3 hours. I hope it wasn't a miserable thing to sit through. This is the same kind of thing I do when I have, like, selectable difficulty modes and it's not clear to me what they're doing. Where, like, am I playing it wrong for my personal enjoyment becomes a question that, like, starts worming its way into my brain. And it is, like, kind of a toss-up, you know? Like, wheel feels fun to play on, but, like, it also feels fun to be able to, like, control the game at a high degree of fidelity. So, there's just no way to know for sure. Okay, maybe I'll do one more. If the event is close, I'll do one more.
The nearest street race.
3 miles is close enough, right?
In 200 yards, turn left. Turn left.
How does the wheel feel? It's stiff, is the thing. I feel like it's hard to break grip,
400 yards.
and a lot of the time I turn a lot less than I would expect. But, like, force feedback gives you a very nice, intuitive feel for whether the car currently has grip and whether it's likely to be able to maintain it. That dimension of feedback is like... You know, I didn't know the Cybertruck fucking, like... It's got its wheel hooked up in some way that you, like, feel zero physical effects while driving. And people are like, this is a fucking video game car. Just the conceit of that is really funny to me. Like, this gigantic low-poly hashtag retro shitpost of a motor vehicle also just feels incorrect to drive. That's fucking awesome. That's great, man. Yeah, like, specifically traveling at speed, I feel like sometimes I'm, like, yanking on the wheel and I get, like, 5 degrees of angle deviation, and it really feels like I should, at some point, like, start sliding, and I don't. That's really the primary thing.
You have arrived at your destination.
That's my midnight alarm. Damn, it's that late. Alright, this will be the last one for sure, then. Last one for sure, guys! Alright, let's give it a go. Look at how fucking regular all these street racing cars are. It's a little endearing. Oh my god. It's a nightmare. I find myself using the minimap less than I expect in this game. I had no intuition for how much I needed to brake there. I feel like it's all just guessing. It really would not surprise me if Pad has, like, assists specifically related to drifting. Because you're missing so much sensory information without force feedback. Why didn't I go anywhere there? No one knows. If you think you know, please get into a huge fight in the comments. It's one of my favorite John Boyce bits. Fucking, how did Barry Bonds hit so many home runs? Nobody knows. He just fucking ate a big breakfast every morning, man. What is a steroid? I've never heard of those before. Uh-oh. That's not good. That's really bad. I think that's literally what the rewind button is for. Does that operate correctly right now? This is such a funny feature to me because it feels effectively like the game completely giving up on having a structured difficulty. Like, and you can use it an unlimited number of times? Are you sure, man? Is that okay? Ugh. So everybody's gonna fucking rear end me now. Because I slowed down way too much. Or not? That's a surprise. Yeah, do it again. Fuck it. We already did it. Justified punish for driving on the wrong side of the road at night? Nah. I disagree. I actually think I should win the event. Oh yeah, also my wheel does that sometimes. How interesting! Very strange centering force. Alright. Oh my god, fucking...
Okay, Master Chief.
That was
what's next?
one of the most tiring fucking gaming sessions I can remember. That was like 3 hours and it felt like 30 years. Alright. Time to get this thing put up. Much love to y'all. Thanks for the company. I'm sorry I don't fucking stream anymore, apparently. I, like, have been working on structuring some things in my life personally around making it a little bit easier to just hit the go live button and figure things out. So, no promises, but it's on my mind. Alright, get the fuck out of here. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Good night. Race car takes flight and jumps a fence?